Good day to you. My name is Anne-Marie Christensen, and I'm head of the local organizing committee who has worked for the past year in organizing this event. Here we are today, more than 1,600 researchers, clinicians, students from 60 different countries. A lot of people getting together with one common interest, the love of child and adolescent psychiatry. We are grounded in love for children and young people with mental difficulties, and we're eager to discuss and to present our research. Only in doing so may we qualify to take care of vulnerable children and families. I've been to several ESCAP congresses before, and I'm now a member of the board. And to me, ESCAP has come to mean high academic standards, an open and welcoming spirit, and a tolerant attitude. And I really hope that you all, during these 3 days, will experience this spirit of ESCAP. This is the first time an ESCAP conference is held in Copenhagen, and you may know that Copenhagen is one of the most livable cities in Europe. It's also the #1 world capital of architecture this year. A city constantly building and transforming itself, a city where you have to watch out not to get run down by bicycles. The logo for our country is inspired by one of the harbor bridges, the Circle Bridge. It consists of circles meeting together to form a bridge, and that's really what our job here is to try and do. And today, at the opening ceremony, we'll hear welcome speeches from the ESCAP president, and then we'll have some music, because singing is good for mental health, I'll say no less. And then we'll have the Minister of Interior and Health to come and open the Congress. Thank you all for coming. We enjoyed, we are welcome, and we're happy. And here's for you the president of ESCAP, Dimitris Agnostopoulos.
Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. Dear colleagues, I'm delighted to welcome you, so many of you, in this so beautiful city of Copenhagen. Our Congress, ESCAP Congresses, plays a vital role for our society, and we are very proud to be celebrating with all of you the 20th International Congress of the European Society for Child and Adolescent Psychiatry. So it's an extraordinary Congress for the life of ESCAP. Our congresses are unique platforms to keep the necessary and fruitful dialogue between academics across Europe alive. Moreover, it is a wonderful way to connect on a personal level and thereby enhance and deepen our relationship with colleagues and friends, old and new. In addition, it is a platform to show our policymakers that it is crucial to pay attention to child and adolescent psychiatry and mental health in general. We are asking all our governments to invest and support mental health, and especially that of our most vulnerable members of society and our future, our children and adolescents. As your experience, not only know, but experience in your life, the world is in a continuous crisis, which significantly impact all our mental health and also shapes our present and future practice of our discipline. We are seeing a huge rise in the prevalence of child and adolescent mental disorders and a significant increase of adolescent psychopathologies, as well as new pathologies, as we call it nowadays. At the same time, we are also seeing a lot of progress in the research of child and adolescent psychiatry disorders. Those scientific advances are informing and improving our clinical practice. This newfound knowledge is also putting us in a better position to advocate. This is crucial, to advocate for mental health policies. This is our duty. As we gain a better understanding of treatment options, it will be important to take our role seriously in advising governments on creating mental health policies that not only support treatment, but also, and above all, prevention. In this time, I would like to warmly thank you, Anne-Marie Rabel-Christensen, Nina Thers-Göring, all the Danish Child and Adolescent Society and their local organizing committee for putting together another successful Congress. The theme of Next Generation Europe, a balancing act between clinical research and political demands, was chosen intentionally as it describes to the point the importance of all three aspects and how they are all connected to each other. We are looking forward to a packed three-day scientific program, outstanding keynote and state-of-the-art speakers, symposia, clinical perspectives, workshop, oral and poster presentations covering a wide variety of topics. On behalf of the whole ESCAP board, I would like to wish you all a great Congress, and I look forward to personally meeting many of you over the next 3 days. And just a sentence by heart, not from the paper, please take the opportunity to get knowledges by participating in the Congress, because the heart of the Congress is you, the participants, all the colleagues from all over the world, actually, who are here present and and participate in the Congress. You see, it is you that are not only the present, but also the future of our discipline. And please, let me give you an advice, my personal advice. I'm quite old. I have followed almost all the congresses of ESCAP, and believe me, sometimes, many times in my thinking, the most creative, pleasant, and efficient moments happens outside of the rooms, between us. So please take this advantage to be present here in this beautiful city and keep memories of every kind back to your home. Thank you very much. A very warm welcome.
I'm a musician. My name is Mats Paxberg, and this is my colleague, Sanne. So we're going to make a little warm-up here today. And we have a strong tradition in Denmark to sing a lot. And of course, you come from countries where you also sing a lot. We always sing when we're happy, and that's also the case today. So firstly, I'm just going to divide you all in 3 parts. So if we take the 3 last rows over here in the middle part, together with you over here, can you raise your hand? Just the 3 rows over here. Okay. And I can see there's a little few over here, so we'll take 4 rows over here. And so up with your hand. Great. And then the middle section, take your hands up. Fantastic. I have a beating heart for your work, but I also have a beating heart for music. Do you have that? Yes? Okay, good. So we're just going to start. So what we're going to do here today is we're going to make some music, but we're not going to sing the actual song. Sanne is going to sing the song. So we're just going to make the music under the song. So let's just start. If you take your hands like this, and then you do like this, and over here, do the legs. Chuk, 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 ah, chuk, 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 ah, chuk, chuk, chuk. And over here.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left the seats while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
Try and say this, sing this tone. Everybody sing this tone. Lang. You can say ooh. Ooh. And then go down. Do. And go up. Just hold the tone. And I'm gonna talk. Okay, so when you sing this tone, I'm gonna give you a lot of tones during this next 10 minutes. You just keep on holding the tones as long as I am pointing. But we're so many, so we can just stop and start again. Because whenever you stop, the person in the other side or on that side is singing. So it's called, we are taking the breath on and off. And you just look at me.
In restless dreams I walk alone in narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of a streamland, I turn my collar to the cold and dead. When my eyes were
Keep it. Okay. So we're going to develop. Does it feel good? It feels good? Yes? We're doing music together. That's what music is about. Keep the tone. Do. Can you do it a little louder? Do. Yeah. Great. That's what music is all about. It's doing something together, creating music right here and right now. And music is also fantastic for children. That's one of my research places at the university. How can we make everybody have a good feeling with music without feeling that you have to do something special, just being part of it? Okay, so now you keep the tone. I'm just gonna go down right the middle. And everybody over here, you just stop. But you keep it. And then we have and now I'm gonna do something over here. Okay, so now we have the Yep. Just remember that you can take breath, and you can also spit in your mouth. So if the person on the side is like, pick them up. Okay.
In the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, hearing words without listening. People writing songs that voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence.
Okay. You're still and you're and over here you're and over here you're the thing holding it all together. So you're just gonna stay on So you're just keeping it, and I'm gonna do something with them.
Fool, said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence.
Okay. go to do. So now everybody is going to sing the melody together with Sanne. Are you ready?
Next.
There we are. Okay, ready.
And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was for me, and the words and the prophets are written on the subway walls, in tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
Okay, the fantastic thing about this song is that it was written in 1964 by Paul Simon. And at that time, he was talking about one of the things that we are experiencing today, the loneliness in the modern society. So it's very interesting to see that what we are really concerned about today, and of course we should be, it's also something that he was talking about already in 1964. And that tells me that musicians are always ahead of everybody else. And take this tone. You also take this tone. Thank you so much.
It is my great pleasure to say welcome to you, and it's a dream come true. And it's also my great pleasure to introduce our Minister of Interior and Health, who's going to open this conference for us. Our Minister, Sophie Løhde, became a member of the Parliament back in 2007 at a very young age. And back then, one of her special interests were child and adolescent psychiatry. I was one of those who got invited into her office because she was interested in getting to know how can we treat eating disorders better. That was actually the time when I got to respect a politician. She actually asked questions and listened. Sophie Løhde became Minister of Health and Elderly Affairs in 2015 until 2016. Then she was promoted to another office. And I remember you were not happy about that. We were not either. She actually received respect from doctors back then. Now in the December of 2022, she was appointed again, now the Minister of Interior and Health. And I was very happy about this. I do know that none of us can accomplish anything alone, but when we're together and we collaborate, things can happen. And I think It's going to be a little bit easier if we have a captain at the ship, at the helm, who actually knows something about the ship and knows something about where she wants to go. So, Sophie Løde, I have great faith in you and great expectations for what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Please welcome the Minister of Health.
Thank you so much, Nina. Now I can only disappoint. This is the first time the International Congress of the European Society for Child and Adolescent Psychiatry takes place here in Denmark. It's a great honor to welcome you here in our country and to be allowed to take part in the opening. We are looking into 3 days of high-level debate about something that's close to our hearts and minds, the well-being of our children and young people. All over the world, we see more and more children and young people in need of help. Loneliness has reached alarming levels. In 2022, 1 in every 5 people aged between 16 and 25 in the EU reported that they feel lonely most of the times. This is critical as we know that loneliness is an important factor for well-being and mental health, and it can lead to even more serious illness. Here in Denmark, 15% of all children and young people get treated before they turn 18. This is a sad pattern which we're seeing in many countries. There's no exact knowledge about why we see widespread mental problems among children and young people these years. There are many opinions, suggestions, and possible explanations in the media. For example, pressure about high performance in school, pressure from social media, too much passive use of mobile screens, COVID-19 isolation and the consequences of the pandemic, conflicts in the world like the war in Ukraine, worries about the future prospects due to climate change. It's important that we act early before a young person's mental problems develop into mental illness, and that we work systematic and scientific with the treatment. For some, treatment is necessary. For others, early and preventive measures are the best way forward. However, we can agree on, and that's the title of this Congress says, it's a balancing act between clinical work, research, and politics. And before talking in my own field, politics, I would like to thank you all for your great work. Child and adolescent psychiatry have improved greatly in the past decades. Research in the field is improving, and therefore we are able to identify, diagnose, and treat more patients. And the increased involvement of parents and families have been successful. It is also now less of a taboo to seek help for your children's mental health. All in all, I would like to say thank for all your efforts. And now let's talk about politics. In Denmark, mental health has been like a little sister for too long. The little sister in the big healthcare family, a big neglected compared to the rest of the siblings, wearing second-hand clothes, getting big sister's bicycle instead of a new one, and so on. What I mean is, psychiatry and mental health has not been on the top of the political agenda, and the area has not been funded as it should. That is changing in these years. In the past years, the political attention has shifted, and we are turning our attention to mental health and psychiatry. Last year, we got a new government in Denmark, a government with high ambitions when it comes to health, and especially when it comes to mental health. And at the moment we are implementing a 10-year action plan to improve psychiatry and prevention. Children and, of course, young people are central to this plan. In recent years, the numbers of children and young people with mental health issues has been on the rise. That's alarming and a serious challenge we need to address. To stall the rise, we must do a number of things. One of these is early prevention. We must have a way of helping them before they develop an actual mental disorder. That is why we are currently setting up a nationwide, easily accessible program directed at children and youngsters in mental distress or showing early signs of mental disorder. For this program to succeed, it is essential that it's accessible, easy to find for parents and their children. That is why schools must play an active part. Teachers need tools to detect when students are struggling with something that could lead to depression or other illness, and then lead the children to the help they need. That is just one part of a large plan. In total, we are working in 37 recommendations from our health and social service agencies in Denmark. They involve early detection, easily accessible help, as mentioned before, and improved care for kids with mental disorder, both when it comes to medical and social help. And the 10-year plan is a clear statement. It is the largest, the longest, and the most ambitious investment ever made in the Danish psychiatry. And I must say that I'm impressed and pleased to see the many actors supporting it. Government agencies, medical associations, patients' organizations, and many more are working hard to make it work, including Anne-Marie and Nina, who are hosting this event. Thank you so much. And it's not only in Denmark that we see a change and that we see that new and more persistent focus on mental health and psychiatry. It is in many countries across the EU, and earlier this year, the European Commission presented a new initiative for a comprehensive prevention-oriented approach to mental health as a public health issue. This conference hopefully helps us to learn from each other and find the best solutions together for the benefits of our children and young people. Again, I want to thank you so much for inviting me here to the opening of the conference, and I hope you will have some very good days here in Copenhagen. Thank you.